You can't do that.
Yeah.
This next set is going to determine so much of that, too, because if Proto does match to take it over Sparg0, which Sparg0, yesterday, he was feeling iffy about this matchup. He kind of freaked out when I told him that he was going to play against Proto, just looking at the way he played in the gauntlet yesterday. And he kind of opened up his eyes like, Proto, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, but you guys haven't played yet, you know? Like, and so he was nervous, but earlier today, he said, you know what? After yesterday, looking back on it, I'm feeling pretty confident going into this matchup. But let's say Proto does take it over Sparg0 and he has to face off against Riddles. It's like what you were saying. Proto has a lot of Kazuya experience in Japan. Yes. It's basically the Polly Pocket that they have over there as a secondary. So
yeah, 100%. One thing I will say this, because like finding out this was a first encounter, I was eager to know like what Sparg0 was thinking about it. The only thing he said to me was like, I wouldn't side bet.
And I like that. That's respectable.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Keeping it a buck. This is going to be a hard-fought battle.
Yeah.
And we're going to go into now on PS2, the El Clasico. Min is out to bat already against this Cloud Soldier First Class in the building.
This is just old DLC versus new DLC. And there is a stark difference in how they operate and approach the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I remember when Cloud's totally changed the game that he showed up in.
Oh, absolutely.
And Min hadn't really done that. I mean, for a little bit, I know Japan hated her so much, right? And it seemed like she was going to sort of change the phase of the game. Didn't really accomplish that, but has become a profound counter pick in a lot of people's lineups, including Proto. And that's why, man, if your character has a lackluster recovery, Ram's going to eat it alive every time.
Yeah, that's tremendous right there. Quick stock right out the gate for Proto. And, you know, for Sparg0, I mean, yeah, obviously he won the last summit, but he's been kind of, you know, working his way back into fighting shape the entirety of this event, right? Getting off the rust, you know, just getting more acclimated to how people have adapted through their styles as well over the couple of months he's been gone. So, you know, this could be another situation where he's just going to have to work his way into the set.
True that.
Right now, he is being put through the paces by Proto.
I wonder if this is going to be another unique challenge. So we were talking yesterday about how Sparg0 really is going to help in the 3v in the best of 5 because he gets that extra game to play with. He can learn. He can learn the pace. We saw him do it against Dom too. The problem here is that Proto plays an extremely unique character in Min, and on top of that, we know he'll switch back and forth.
Correct.
He'll keep you off your game, and if Sparg0 can't adapt fast enough, and if he tries to play with games the same way that he did with Dom, don't know if he'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It works. It's even rougher, too, when you consider the fact, like, if he gets that first game, like, he's just going to have counter pick advantage the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
It's so important when you're going up against a man like Proto. And, man, Proto, I just want to mention, too, shout-outs to a lot of the up B cancels we do see him coming for. As Minion, when you do go for, like, a landing aerial, you can go for up B, and it will actually cancel earlier before you can jump. And so he's been utilizing that to add on some pressure and change up his timings. And that's what makes him one of the strongest Minions, like, by far, you know?
It's the second time he also wastes the limit to just recover because of the way that Proto keeps him by the ledge. The moment that limit gets closer and closer, and that's the pressure that you were mentioning here, and just making sure Sparg0 has an even rougher time.
Yeah, Proto's defense is just impenetrable right now. Cloud keeps getting in. Sparg0 keeps finding a way close to him. But even if you're close to him, it doesn't mean you're hitting him.
Yeah, it's not too often I feel like Sparg0 is literally at a loss for what to do, but he had no answers in that first game.
Yeah. He's got to do some thinking.
Definitely. I mean, he's not locked to just Cloud.
Yeah.
Either. Like, you know, we haven't seen it yet in bracket, I don't believe, but he does have a very, very well polished Aegis.
I do think Aegis does better in this matchup, personally. I think that just having that sheer speed at all times rather as opposed to when you have limit with Cloud. Having that Mithra, I think Pyra just having those big sweeping hitboxes to get those edge guards, it's so important. Whereas for Cloud, it can be a potential reversal or anything like that. And you're edge guarding every single time you have to deal with this menace that is Min.
Definitely.
Looks like we're sticking with Cloud for now, though. It may just be a comfort pick thing. I mean, somebody asked him why he didn't play Aegis more yesterday. He said, I main Cloud. So there you go. Yeah. That's the answer. He's really sticking with this, but...
Yeah, I mean, bad matchups, yeah, I mean, or tough matchups, I should say. Like, it's not like you can't overcome, right? Especially like when you're of this caliber of player. But, I mean, that first game, now I don't want to say it was completely indicative of what we're going to see, but it does show you just how comfortable Proto is, like, going up against Cloud at the very least.
It's weird because what's interesting is usually you see Min back themselves into the corner. You see them backing up, and then it puts them in a position to get ledge trapped. Proto's doing the opposite, where he's holding center. And he's able to hold that position and push Sparg0 back. That's not especially common. Look at this. He's chilling in the Pokeball.
Yeah.
this ram is a huge issue, not only when it comes to dealing with the ledge, but jumping in front of Sparg0's going to let him get that stock with the up smash, looking a lot better, but also notice he's been able to contain stage control a lot more consistently in this game, so he's definitely figured something out after that first game.
Yeah, really polished there. I've seen him kind of wait for the second, initial arm comes out, he'll step forward, and then either he sees the second arm grounded, then he'll go for a jump over. If he just goes high, he will dash underneath the arm. So really good stuff there. Of course, Proto's going to pick up that kill, sitting at 51%. But now we're getting the up airs.
That up smash has very low range, so the fact that Sparg0 is continually getting hit by it means he's probably just not spacing his aerials well enough, kind of drifting in, which is uncharacteristic for him. He's kind of the spacing guy, right? So got to watch that a little bit more. Obviously, different circumstances happen, and sometimes you're full drifting in, but I mean, he's landing a lot of up smashes.
All right. Good situation right now for Sparg0. Get this stock
There it is
off there. And there it is,
again.
one opening. We know he
got
loves
it.
to use that limit up B when he's got the opportunity. Perfect example right there. So very solid lead. I like this. Just, Sparg0 too, he's one of those guys like, first game doesn't go his way, doesn't, deter him from trying it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Pressure here, I love that.
Geez,
The
he's gonna
nair,
have to
two
use
aerials,
it.
and the nair. Wow, barely misses that one. Proto is so good usually at landing those edge guards, but Sparg0 finds a way time and time again to get that recovery.
Definitely.
Good stuff to him.
So scary too with how low Proto even went right there, trying to clip him with the nair.
Proto's just tricky, man. He's always got something. And if you're playing a character with a lackluster recovery, he's just going to clip you out.
Yeah.
True.
Here's the back air. Oh, switch to the Mega Watt. A little
was
cheeky
clean.
on
That was
that.
so quick.
Very quick switch.
Trying to hide his intentions.
Yep. You blink, you'll miss it. Here we go. Ram's out. Yep,
Nice.
absolutely. And that's a snipe and
Wow.
another hit. That's going to be a wrap.
He has
with
limit.
meters,
not
Still
enough.
not enough.
I think the extra mile he went going off the stage just to get that extra push, kind of assuring, like, even if he does have limit, you're not going to have the space to come back. So that's really smart, too, just to kind of get that insurance policy. So still with an opportunity to definitely bring this one back. But Sparg0, I mean, I feel like he tends to close out these kind of games.
Usually.
A lot. Yeah, it's going to take a lot from Proto.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, obviously, we don't have the data, but I don't really know
That
Sparg0
was
to
such a
lose
sick
these when he's this
setup.
far ahead. But look at that setup.
And, yep.
Oh, no.
What a
sheesh!
Right through the
got the
heart.
sheesh.
Oh, man. The sheesh laser into the ram.
Oh, you got it.
That's unbelievable.
That's tough.
He got a headshot on that one.
It gave me a throwback to main stage when Leo made that crazy comeback against Sparg0 for the win, man. It was like Sparg0 full control, but could not close it out. That's tough right there. Don't say that about him too often, but Proto up 2-0.
Yeah, man. And all started with him getting a reverse nair.
That
into
reverse
the,
was
the bear double arm.
crazy.
Yeah.
So good, man. One of the few combos you still don't see too often from Min-Mins, but I remember earlier on when the character first dropped and you saw a lot of those Twitter combos people were showing that like literally will land into an edge guard and can just take stocks just like that. And Proto, textbook play right there. Really good stuff. And he's sitting at 2-0. Sparg0, is he going to get on the board?
We'll see, man. The Iceman's on fire right now. He only needs one more to make it
That
to
was
semis.
that was a really good point that you made, too. He is like, sometimes as these final stocks happen, you can kind of get a sense like, okay, this guy's in trouble, this guy's not. And it's less character, more just sort of mentality and how we've seen them before. Usually when Sparg0's in that position, we'll just see him spam back air and then eventually be able to close it out. But there, just one reversal. But now Sparg0's pissed. He's playing for real.
Great. He's looking even better than he did yesterday. And look at the way he's still going on with the damage here, too. He's only taken 2% so far.
Wow. Calligraphy. My man is out here.
Colleagues, man.
Colleagues.
Yeah, you can definitely tell when Sparg0 just kind of turns it up a gear, and it's almost like it's not even like intentional, right? It's almost instinctual. Like it's just like I must win here, and he just kind of shows up to the fight. Which we're seeing in this game number 3. He's just decimating Proto. He's just looking for some space to land. He's not finding it.
These
Sparg0.
limits have been insane. How quick Sparg0 could make these adjustments in the last 2 games is actually insane, because you can see how game 1 went was off the table immediately, but then game 2 it looked a lot better. Game 3 though, he's quite literally playing different.
He's showing us some phenomenal talent. The issue, though, even if he wins this game, he's got to win 2 more against Proto, who can change up characters and stages on him.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Having that advantage is huge, as we mentioned in that first game, but nonetheless, you know, to even have to deal with that situation, you got to get there first. So got to seal away this final
And
stock.
this is a good start for him.
Don't get robbed. At these early percents, Min-Min does have some combos that can instantly get him off stage, and it will be a rough one to get back. He's got to be careful here.
Okay. Holding it down, coming through, finding some back, or trying to find some back airs, but I like that. He's content to disengage in a situation he's not feeling too confident about. 3-set to neutral, and he's winning a lot of these exchanges.
Yeah, Proto's starting to fight it back, too. And again, Proto has had stage control so much of this set. I wish there was a way to track, like, how often your back was to the majority of the stage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you're facing the opponent, and their back is to the ledge. I feel like stage possession is such an important metric.
Okay.
Huge attempt.
Yes.
I thought he was going to be able to make it back if he got propped up just a little bit, but...
I like the idea, but
Me too. Me too.
not quite there. So we're out the game, game 4 now. Sparg0 putting one on the board, but again, now you got to deal with Proto's counter picks both in character and stage.
Proto's like, okay.
Sparg0's been getting a lot out of those falling down air, or rather up airs through the platforms too, to try to approach Proto at that little angle, because sometimes he throws out the neutral B just so that way he's forced to shield, so that way he has a little bit of opportunity and some time, so that way he can go through the platform there.
Yeah.
So he's been continuing on the pressure a lot. Even by the ledge, even if he doesn't get the ledge trump because of the patience from Proto to just hang off the ledge, he's still continuing on by holding roll distance just in case Proto's eager to get off.
Yep.
So are we turning on the AC?
It is getting a little chilly in the room. But nah, I mean, Proto, obviously, you know, being able to decide where we're going to go play on the stage, and as well if he wants to stick with Min or maybe bring out Lucina. So he's got a couple decisions to make for sure. All right. I heard Lucina.
So quick to make the swap, though, from Proto.
Even if you lose
stage?
this, you could do the Leo thing and go back to Min next.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is a fine choice. I think trying to out-sword fight Sparg0 might be a fool's errand. Obviously, Proto's amazing on Lucina, but Cloud is very strong and kind of has the range advantage. But, of course, even if you lose this, you got Min again, and throwing people off tempo is something Proto does extremely well.
100%, man. Get you accustomed to one thing and then throw something else at you. That's how he has found much success anytime he's come over you know, to the States to do battle. So
We also know he loves this stage.
Yeah.
on
100%.
Lucina. We've seen him pick this a lot.
And something that Proto's also realizing is a lot of these up B punishes from Sparg0 are going to allow him to try to rely on that top platform, so that way he has that insurance to recover quickly. And Proto's going to know that. With a nice little tech, though, he keeps him by the ledge.
Fun exchange is being distributed right now between both. Limit on deck.
Okay.
See how Proto gets up.
Yep.
Oh, gets caught with that back there. Yeah.
He's just so good at the ledge. Either he's going to use that that forward tilt on normal get up, or he's going to use that back here if you try to get above him.
He's patrolling. This is nothing new.
Oh, good
I
up
like
B.
that.
I like that.
Oh,
Didn't
man,
have the
didn't get
follow-up,
swing in
though.
time, yeah.
I feel like a down tilt poke might have worked, but might have been able to air dodge through it.
Yeah, so we're going to see a lot of nairs coming in from Proto, right? Because that's going to be a move that's going to be quick and outrange. It is relatively safe on shield, too. That's probably going to be his big tool in neutral. You can see him utilize it there and then swing for a fair to call out the stock. I'm curious to see how we're going to see Sparg0 get around that.
That is
That's
an
one way.
advantage Sparg0 gets, though. That climb hazard to top platform kind of safe. Obviously, Lucina can do it too, but they're rarely in close quarters.
Oh.
Ooh.
So close at timing that back there. Or to use the jump. He's going to have that platform there, too, to help him with the advantage.
I appreciate how aggressive Sparg0 is being. He is really putting the pressure on Proto.
Man, there's no jump.
Yeah,
He's
not coming
gone.
back.
He had
Nice.
to air dodge again after the first one immediately. Otherwise, he wasn't going to make it back.
Those blade beams do not mess around.
Nope.
Air dodge right into the blade beam. Right now, 51% on Sparg0, sitting pretty. Almost has some limit too to tax some onto this stock. Maybe going to game 5 in just a second if he could keep this up.
Yeah, almost kind of felt like Sparg0 just in general would have preferred going up against the Lucina, just because, you know, as you said, Coney, it's a bit of a sword fight, right? And that's something Sparg0 tends to excel in.
He's so good at these.
And then just Cloud in general, just, you know, godlike in this kind of situation. So I would imagine if we do end up going to game 5, I think Min will probably come back on the counter pick, because right now Sparg0 is definitely handling this Lucina.
And I think the Min also has potential to get like 2-stocked as well. It's not like I think the Lucina's doing especially bad, but I also think that the Min has that X factor that we've been talking about all week. And
It's the DLC. It's the DLC factor.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
That's
goodness.
it.
That
can
air
shave
dodge.
off stock so fast.
Wait a minute, though. Proto has not been hit for a while.
wow.
21%.
He is moving so well right now, too.
Yes. The mobility is gorgeous.
Touch
Yeah,
his
we're
shield.
going down.
Yep, you're going to go all the way
there.
down.
Yeah.
Wow, what a swing.
Ooh.
Nice.
Going back out.
Gonna have to
Force that
expend
limit burn.
limits.
Yeah, he'll be.
Oh, this is big. This is big.
Oh, you saw
This
Sparg0
is
jump
big.
up in his
He
chair.
knows. Oh, my gosh. Wow. He has no jump.
He didn't get the ledge, has no jump. He's going to have to go to ledge.
Dude, that was a stout. That could have been everything.
Sparg0 jumped in his chair.
He
He
did.
realized how bad a situation he was in.
Absolutely.
Both players, too.
No, not yet. But he's going to get a little limit. Yep.
It'll
Not
not quite.
yet.
Not quite.
Wow.
Crazy
But he's got
eyes.
limit on
He's got the
deck.
limit. He's got the limit.
He
And the
does.
ledge trap. You already know what time it is.
This is what Sparg0 does. This is
Yeah,
what he
this is
does.
Sparg0
Yep.
time.
We're throwing back airs again and again and again. Once you get into that situation, it is so difficult to reclaim stage. He's
Wow.
going to send those back airs as much as needed.
Full send, which will send us to game number 5. Sparg0 battling his way out of an 0-2 deficit to force this 5th game.
So impressive to see somebody as young as Sparg0 keep his cool in a situation like that. Proto was covering so much by the ledge when Sparg0 had jumped up from his seat when he realized he didn't have limit. He had to try to make his way back with just a normal up B. Proto had thrown out down tilt, jumped off with nair, rising nair to get back to the ledge.
Yep.
He was covering the ledge option. It was so much, but the patience from Sparg0 and keeping his cool was what allowed him to bring this to a game 5.
Yeah, man, super well done. As always, we already talk about how Sparg0 is so consistent when it comes to these recoveries with Cloud. And that one, that was high stakes. That was everything right there. Lost his meter. Great setup there by Proto, but he wasn't able to close it out. A couple flubs, but you can't be doing that against one of the best in the world when it comes to Sparg0. He will take those to the bank. And now we're sitting at game 5. I'm assuming we're going to get a switch with the Min.
That's what I was thinking.
I think Minmin's coming back.
I mean, we
We'll
don't assume
see.
so.
I mean,
he did
it was-
great with Lucina.
He did. He brought it back.
He did.
He brought it back. I mean, he wasn't even really trailing a considerable amount. Just felt like Sparg0 was in control. But
We're only thinking that because of the Leo thing.
It
All right,
really
there
is
we
the
go.
case,
But he
yeah.
did it. He
It
did
really is the
it. I mean, I think that the Min is the... How do I put this? Like, the Lucina could do it.
Mm-hmm.
The Min adds a huge sort of exclamation point into the set of wacky, wild randomness, right?
Like a random rob, and that's it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. Something's going to happen here. And
Oops, I took
Proto
your
hopes... Yeah, and Proto hopes it's in his favor.
There's also the ability to just make sure that Cloud just cannot touch the ledge without having to overcommit yourself.
Yes.
Even though Lucina obviously has that sword, it's just the ability to have that Ram be so potent
Let's trap
in
from
this
center.
matchup.
Yes.
Right.
all right, well, this is the deciding game right here for our quarters. Already seen Riddles advance. Well, these two will be joining them in the
Ram
semis.
just a little bit of damage again and again.
True.
It's adding up.
Death by paper cuts.
That just sounds painful.
Yeah, that's brutal. What the
Yeah.
heck?
Jeez.
Sucks.
Actual torture.
Yeah.
Movies you've been watching.
Time Wizard.
That made no sense.
He's spamming.
Limit burned up though here. While Sparg0 has been able to contain his limit a lot more, he's been able to stay center stage versus the first game that we saw where he constantly had to burn limit just to recover.
Yeah.
This Ram looks annoying.
It's... I can only imagine trying to find a way in, especially
Kinda
when you can
jump
burn
in.
your jump. Yeah.
Right.
No, there's opportunity here.
Oh,
Up smash.
wow.
Wow. And we're going high.
Whoa!
And wow.
Get me off
Oh,
this
that's
rock.
funny.
Mega.
Yeah.
he's
That's
done, he's done.
huge.
Yep. Mega Watt.
Okay. Can we get an extension here?
Yeah, this will take. This will take a hell of an effort by both parties for sure. But Sparg0, very much so, not out of this at all. Just
Yeah.
one good hit. He's probably gonna try and find it with those back airs. But notice how smart Proto is, just controlling that space. Loves the center as well, and then will push his advantage from there.
He's just so good at having stage possession.
Yeah, man.
That's the stage
Oh,
so
yes.
good for Min.
And this is why it's it's a little easier with the Min when you get in situations like this. You don't have to push and approach as much as you did with Lucina.
You just don't have to guess as much.
Yeah.
Like when you're fighting close quarters and you're on Lucina and like you're having these close quarters spacing battles, you have to make a lot of guesses or like expect him to come in or cover space. Like Min can do so with the luxury of if you do make a mistake, now Cloud is close to you, but he might not be hitting you even still.
Yeah.
He has to guess right a few times.
Exactly.
Wow,
And
nice
one of the
spot
big
dodge.
things for Min is your standard stuff may happen to kill. It's like, oh, I just hit him and he double jumped. Well, that sucks. I guess he's dead now because he has to deal with Ram. And that's one of the nice things, right? Just kind of sit back and play a standard spacing game and actually could win you the game itself.
Felt like Sparg0 got a good handle on the Min, but now it's like a total reset.
What happens? He had to make the constant adjustment though between Lucina and Min back to back too. That Ram also just covers so much on that top platform, especially when Proto's kind of backing away, but with the Megawatt out now.
Sparg0's starting to turn it up though. You saw him get that cross slash, get a lot of damage. He's getting more now.
Yeah, that's the thing. These small hits will lead to some big advantages for Sparg0.
This is huge.
Yeah, this is great. Got him up top, struggling to land. Putting him in disadvantage. This is where Sparg0 can really excel.
Yeah, he's straight out playing Proto now.
Yeah.
I mean, Proto has not gotten a hit in 45 seconds. Finally, the Megawatt gonna earn him some distance. Still alive.
And he's just gonna,
what a
like
swing.
that. Just being aggressive. He's gonna actually time
Oh my
out
God.
Jump.
Wow. Did not expect it.
Well, you were talking about sometimes the random hits just, you know.
Yeah.
Here's a Megawatt right to the
Oops.
mouth.
Looks like I won.
It catches him when he's trying to drift back to the stage after trying to overcommit with a ledge guard too.
57, can Proto rack on any damage? This is back air territory. You know he wants it.
Absolutely.
Can't normal get up, and I think
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
shows that good coverage.
Wow.
It's a one-stock game.
All right, limit in hand. If you can make something out of it, this is a huge game for both.
He keeps calling out these grabs so well too.
He's been grabbed so rarely.
He spot dodged twice back to back from
This
those
cross
grabs.
slash, man. My guy has had the greatest kanji practice thus far. Dude, these cross slashes have been instrumental for him.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
There we go.
Proto's getting antsy too.
He is.
Starting to feel anxious with that down air. And I wonder, remember, it took Sparg0 2 games to figure out the Min before. But now he's running out of options. And it's all over.
Oh my gosh.
That is tough. No jump, no chance. And you said it, he was starting to get antsy, but once he settled in and recognized an opportunity to catch Sparg0 lacking, he did not let it go to waste. And he steals that 5th game, because I'm telling you, it felt like Sparg0 had all the momentum.
Well, what I was in the middle of saying is, like, Sparg0, it took him a few games to learn Min, and then when he did, Proto had to switch over, and it felt like it took him a few stocks to relearn Min. You know, the download's a little bit faster once you have some of the information. However, that's exactly what Bam said, where sometimes you just get a clip. Sometimes Ram just hits, and it snowballs.
He jumped
It
too.
snowballs so fast.
He got hit and a double jump and died.
Yeah, he jumped for it too because he wanted to get up past the platform, and then the moment he got jumped, that's it. He got hit off stage.
It snowballs into an avalanche. It just keeps going, and just with Cloud, those resources are so precious. He didn't have the limit. He didn't have a jump, and that's going to do it.
Yeah, one of the biggest things of that character, I feel like, is when you try to go for indirect pressure, which tends to be really strong, especially among like top players, right? You kind of fade a little back, but they think that you may swing. If Min just swings there, like she's like, I don't care. I'm just going to step back and swing anyways.
Yeah,
and if you're fading, you're holding out.
Yeah,
like you're gone.
Exactly.
You're not out of my range. You're like, I'm out of your range, not mine.
That's what I want.
Yeah, thanks for the dub. It's crazy, man.
That was a heck of a dub, man.
Wow.
I mean, Proto always shows up at these events, and Sparg0 too, but damn, dude, Sparg0 and
rough.
Leo are both losers?
Yeah.
It's wacky.
What?
I think that means Sparg0 is going to have to play against Ouch, I think is where he falls down to. So
Gotcha.
That's going to be in the loser side. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, honestly, big props to Proto on this one. Playing Min for the first 2 games, looking so strong. Eventually, Sparg0 did get a handle on it, and you got to see that. The Lucina came out. Didn't quite work, but it did give him a bit of a reset. And maybe it doesn't win you a game, but it might win you a stock or two.
Yeah.
And there at the very end, Sparg0 let up for
This was
1
crazy,
second.
bro. That sheesh.
The sheesh laser.
Laser, as
Got
you
him.
said.
I was on a little hopey. I'm hoping that we could see like a reflect on like a blade beam, like a lemon blade beam. That would be pretty
I love that
disgusting.
idea on the footstool, but
Me too.
not quite.
Man. And you know, the reason why this works as well is there is a complete paradigm shift you have to have when you are competing against Lucina versus Min. And time again, you've seen Proto, though he'll play, and even if he doesn't get the dub, the information that he gets in these kind of sequences is all he needs to actually take these games. Because that kind of fade back that Sparg0 went for, that'll work
Watch
well.
this. Here it is.
Lucina.
Watch this.
He jumped.
The Ram went so high. The Ram looping back so high is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
It flipped him from so high up, and I mean, like, it's not something that Proto It's not like a huge read that Proto got.
No.
It's not like Proto said,
No, he's
you're
just
going to be
covering
right
all
here.
that space.
Yeah.
It's just coverage.
Yeah.
And as soon as he got it, he just
recognized it,
capitalized.
yep.
But that's what Min
Huge.
wants to do. So it's
Yes.
just like, if you're in that
And
situation.
on a stage like that too, where is Sparg0 gonna go? It's not like it's like Battlefield where even if we saw the Lucina, whatever, he doesn't have the top platform for insurance for him to even go to. So it's either you jump to try to contain your stage control, or you're gonna try to opt to go to the ledge, but also your cloud.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you don't want to go down there.
you don't.
Yeah.
Because if you mess up even
You're gonna
a
get hit with
pixel
Ram Ram
on that
anyways.
up B,
Yeah.
the Ram Ram's going to hit. Yeah.
That's tough, man. I mean, hell of a set from both, but I mean, you could even see it like Sparg0 was kind of like, obviously a little agitated. He let that one get away from him. But,
Definitely.
You know, still at the same time, man, shouts to Proto taking a very tough Game 5 over last Summit's champion,
Man.
Sparg0.
Proto versus Riddles, then you know.
So we have Gluto
Man.
in losers. We have Sparg0 in losers.
We have
This-
Leo and losers.
If we
Leo
if Light
losers.
if Light beats Tweak, that's all 3 past Summit winners and losers.
Man.
That's
Ludo
insane.
DeBuzz.
The possibility for that is
It's
nuts.
a new age, man,
Yes,
and we're
it
going to
is.
see it coming up soon with Cola versus Aquila. Of course, Cola, best Roy in town, has been playing the character forever, but has really had issues with the Fighter Pass 2 characters. And Cola, best Steve player in Japan, best Steve player on the planet in many people's estimation, and maybe even the best player on the planet. This is really going to be the test for him. Going to see how those games shake out in just a little bit.
My big question going into the set, though, is are we going to see the Cloud? Because I believe the last time these two players played, we saw the Cloud from Cola at the Invitational,
It was at
where it was like, what,
Invitational.
3-2?
It went to Game 5.
Okay.
It went to Game 5. Acola got it. But, I mean, I saw him warming up the Cloud earlier, so I think that's definitely the answer. I mean, Cloud has a lot of good tools that kind of can deal with Steve, especially at that higher level. So, and Cola kind of one of the best Clouds we have seen. So, you know, why not give it a shot? I know there's a possibility for Roy, but I definitely think he's going to put the majority of his faith in his Cloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Roy just having to run at, like, if you're chasing Steve the whole game, it just gets exhausting.
It does.
Yeah.
If you're Cloud, you have a little bit more space to play with, and you always have the insurance of, like, all right, well,
Well, I mean, back
I'm
air is
charged
just so good in that matchup.
It really,
For
really
blocks
is
and
dealing
just
with the blocks. Yep.
poke
I'm
through 'em
charging
as well,
Limit,
yeah.
by the way, in
Exactly.
case you're wondering what I'm
Yeah.
doing. This is Limit, so.
Supercharged.
Where's
Yeah.
the sword?
We got meter.
Where's the...
Whoa.
You guys have the circle one over there.
Cody's
Yeah.
Carnival is back?
There you go.
What are you talking about?
It's next to Bam. It's on the left. The
Oh, it's
circle
on
pillow.
these?
Yeah. See, that's the
Oh,
beam.
okay.
I was
Yeah,
focusing
yeah.
on the real important one right here.
Cute.
Love it. Love it. What the?
What the heck, man?
I got meter.
I've been trying to adjust it the whole time we were off camera. Man was like, stop it. I'm like, no, I love it.
Yeah, but man. Dude, what?
Are we
What
going
a couple of sets.
Are we going to break? What is shit?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Yeah, while we figure out whatever the hell this thing is doing,
What
we're
do
going to
you
go ahead, I
mean?
think, to a quick break.
I don't know. Vicky's so extra. But yeah, final bracket. We're in winners quarters right now. It's looking pretty good. That's all I got.
We'll see you soon.
I took a stock too.